don't really have time for this morning because I gotta go. I gotta go to work, running late. So I keep getting arguments from people, excuses really, that the Bible is, they say either it's fairy tale like fiction or it's written by man, so you shouldn't trust it, and all of these lame excuses not to read it or at least find out what it's about, you know. I mean, yeah, it's about God and Jesus Christ, depending on if you read the Old and New Testament, but technically the Old Testament is also about Christ. It just prophesies him, predicts him coming, and he fulfills the prophecy in the New Testament. Anyway, so look at it like this. If there was a book that told you how you could be, well, imagine the thing you want most in life, like someone to love, or a child, or gold, or rich, or fame, or whatever. Riches and fame is kind of like the opposite of what anyone should want, because that really kind of poisons your soul. But anyway, or it can. So, like if it was a map to gold, like unimaginably treasured, like so much you could never even have enough of it. You know, like just say was gold, like map to gold, like a treasure map. It would not matter if it was real or fake. You know, people would investigate this and they would do everything they can to find the gold, and they would take the map and everything supporting the map and where the map come from. They would research the heck out of that map to find out if that gold is really there and how to find it and dig it up. And there have been many expeditions of humanity to find like sunken ships with gold on them and stuff like that. So the Bible is so much more than a treasure map, because some people have like a relationship with God and ended up incredibly rich. Solomon, for example. But like my family, for example, we couldn't have a child, so we kind of gave up on the idea, and my dad didn't think that's okay, so he prayed for us, and the church did, and we ended up having a child. So that's like something we wanted and we prayed to have, and God said, okay, there you go. And it's not like like medical science said that was not possible for us, and it's not like I didn't have many attempts and over decades and nothing happened until we prayed. So I know personally, and it's not just that, as many incidents where God has answered our prayers, but I know personally that, you know, there is a treasure to be found in the Bible if you search and research it, and the treasure is your eternal soul. You can have a relationship with God, the creator of the universe, that loves you in an unbelievable amount. He would do everything he could to bring you to him and spend eternity with him, which is it's nothing more valuable than that at all, ever. Never will be. So I just cannot believe all the lame excuses people make as an excuse not to at least research the Bible, see like what is there to it, you know? And the Bible didn't always exist. People had to find a relationship with God in other ways before the Bible existed. But since it has existed and was compiled, it's a library. It's not really just a book. And with libraries, you get things like that get added to it that are just fiction. It's like my wife's grandmother died, and we found a really nice, beautiful pot in the house, and I knew immediately what it was. It's an old what we call a honey pot, and apocrypha text and like pseudepigrapha, like the Book of Enoch, are like this really nice, ornate pot, but when it was being used, it was full of crap. So like these apocrypha texts, if you read the whole Bible, you can tell that these things don't fit. they're full of crap. They're like fiction. They do not vibe with the rest of the Bible. And the reason they are becoming popular today is because people worship technology. And they want to believe that angels and humans interbred and produced a race of humanity that could, or demigods that produced ancient technology that's more advanced than what we have today, which I'm jumping off on tangent, but the point was, people just dismiss the Bible offhand with lame excuses of why they don't really want to check into it. At least check into it, And I've also checked into other sacred texts like the Quran and other texts I'm not even going to mention right now, but they all tend to point back to the Bible and say, well, the Bible has something to it. So if all of these treasure maps point to one main treasure map, maybe it's worth checking out.